All right. So, you want to ask any question?
At one time I felt very light, it was beautiful, the feeling I had. And it was becoming too strong. I was going, my body was moving, really, and I couldn't control it. So I don't know, I was scared a little bit. I asked the messenger, and he said, don't worry, it will pass away. And it passed, it stopped. And now I missed it. I missed it. It doesn't really, it's not the same, and I'm just worried.
Oh, I see. What to do? You know, when you have good experience, or whatever experience, just stay cool. Stay cool. Yeah. Otherwise, you complain, and then God says, "Oh, she doesn't want it. All right, take it back. You don't have to have it." Okay. Don't have to ask the messenger about the thing that is not harmful to you. As long as you feel light and happy, it should be a good experience. Keep it. Ridiculous. Yes. No good to get excited over things that is not matter at all. Because God is inside you. He hears everything that you want. So you better keep it. Next time, if it's too much, then you just pray, okay? If it's pleasant, then better don't talk. Sometimes also like this. If you share a good experience with other people, sometimes they don't like it. Not because they don't like you to have it, they just feel heavy. You know, how come she has it and I don't have it? And the negative energy that she generated, the depressed feeling, the envious vibration that she sends at that time or later on will also make obstacle for our meditation. That's why the master advised you not to talk about it. Okay, not that any master is so dictative or so unreasonable. Why? The good thing can't we share? You know, the good thing cannot always be shared. Would you share your husband with somebody else? That's a good thing. No. Also, good things also depends on people's opinion. And something is good to you, but might not be good to someone else. So that's why we should not talk about our experience. Unless it is very unpleasant and disturbing, then of course we seek the master or the teacher's guidance. Yeah? If it's good. Okay. Otherwise you have a lot of obstacles. The more people you tell, the more trouble you invite in. Same with spiritual practice. It's the rule. Huh? Once it's registered in the brain something, it will send out signal. Oh, that's no good. That's no good for me. I don't like that she has it better than I do. Similar with all the kind of material possession. Huh? If you have a car and the neighbor don't have, they also feel envious of you. And sometimes the agitate atmosphere, also you can feel it. Huh? Alright. That's the reason why we don't have the same spiritual experience once we disclosed our past. Huh? Okay, all right. You're welcome. But you have it again, okay? Rest, assure. Meditate more often and pray to the inner master. From today you will have it, okay? Not every day, but you will have it the way you did and more, okay? More. That is not the best experience anyhow, so don't worry about it.
I have to say thanks very much. I can see you, Master. When I was reading your book 2 years ago, I don't know how I can contact find more about your book. I just feel that's my whole life, so I'm waiting for. Before meeting you, I just feel my life's everything think my life's so good, but I feel depressed. So I feel family and a lot of problem. How can I take care husband and daughter. And when reading your book, I feel everything problems gone naturally. So
every time reading your book and meditation, just feel cry. I want to see you. So today, I can see you. Feel very, very happy. 2 years ago, I went to the Edinburgh exhibition and go to your book, a small book. So I don't know where I can buy more book. So I'm waiting for 2nd year. I go to the exhibition again. So I buy the Dr. Warrior book. So then I understand more and more. More life question, problem, or you talk. So I said, oh, this is life. So I understand life more. So that story, I said, that's Master tell me, teaching me how can take care of children. Must have patience. She only 3 years. So you teach me a lot of things anyway. Thanks very much. So now how can I get more patience everything now? I'm quite happy.
I'm also happy for the sake of that kid.
Very thankful, wonderful. Yeah, the meditation is wonderful. When my magazine coming, my daughter said, Mom, you are always amazing. So I said, because my husband, my daughter said, I look like Master. So after my husband,
more pretty.
My husband said, yeah, you look like sister. So after his meditation too, everything my husband, so I feel family, everything is much happier than before.
Oh, good.
Because his disability, so I was having the patience, how can take care, So after reading your 7, 8 books, so everything, learning a lot.
Oh, good.
Thank you very much teaching me how to stand in problem and life.
Okay.
And the love
Well,
my children and my husband and family.
I'm glad to hear that my books helped you, your family.
Allow my dream become true. So,
Even though as a spiritual practice, if we do not introspect ourselves, we could still be very selfish. That's why we must remember the precepts and the noble idea of greater love, of a greater job, a greater sacrifice. Otherwise, everything is with us and we want to destroy immediately, just to free ourselves. But that is not real freedom. Maybe momentarily we're free, but later we're not. Okay? So whatever situation we are in now, we better just bear it. Okay? If we cannot try, after our best, we cannot avoid it, then bear it. Don't try to destroy things or people just to be free. Because we will not be free. Our conscience will bother us the whole life. So my advice for some of you who have not been initiated, or the initiate people before, if you have done such thing, like against your conscience or something like that, okay, now forgive yourself. And now we know we don't do it again. Whatever we make mistake in the past, we don't make it again. And that's very important. Mistakes are not bad as long as you don't do it again. As long as you recognize it and finish with it. Because the saying say, to err is human, to make mistake is human, and to repent is saint. It's not that we are not allowed to make mistakes, or not allowed to think bad thoughts sometimes. It's not controllable. But at least we are human, we have brain, we have wisdom. We should know which one is good for us, and we choose always the best one. Because by our choice we can make ourselves more noble, more loving, or less noble, less loving, and make a miserable and useless life our existence. So we always have to think before we make a choice. And that's the purpose of keeping the precepts and the vegetarian and all that, because it's reminding us the more noble choice that we should make. Okay? Otherwise we can do anything we want with our life. Even if police catch us or don't catch us, it's not the question. Okay. This just to show you that even such a sweet and beautiful lady like that can be forced by pressure, by circumstance, into a very negative meaning, So that's why we have to always take care that we don't let the situation and the pressure trouble us We have to always know where to go and what to do. Even though under pressure, we still have to know something. Have to know because we have wisdom. That's why we have to practice meditation. Not that after meditation you will never think bad or do a bad thing again. You still think because of the habit, but at least you have the wisdom to control. To know which choice is best, is the noblest and the most human, the most saintly for us to make. Alright. Karma, situation, pressure are terrible on human soul. We struggle to survive in this kind of pressurized society and atmosphere. We always have to keep ourselves together, otherwise we can break down anytime and forget our noble purpose. Sometimes people have to do something, and you look, it's so hard and so trying for them, but actually it's good for them. It trains their spirit, train their mind, train their body, and they go up by that. So actually, we should not be too fanatic about everything in life. Otherwise, I tell you what, vegetables also have feeling, And then what shall we do? After initiation, we all starve and die. And don't breathe either, because in the air we have beings, invisible virus and bacteria. You kill them all when you breathe them in. Yeah, the ground that you trample on with your feet, every step kills something. And when you wash your hand, you disinfect things, kills a lot of beings, even though invisible to the eyes. So what shall we both do? We go to the Himalaya, froze ourselves, and say goodbye. Okay, we have to live under circumstances, not to be too hard on yourself.
Hello, Master. Thank you for coming to England.
Hello.
Before I was initiated, I used to do breathing exercises, and they used to help me to concentrate. No, pranayama.
Pranayama, yes. Yes.
With visualization and affirmations.
Yes.
And they used to help me a lot. And since initiation, I've been told that they're detrimental to spiritual practice. And I'd like you to explain why that would be, because I felt that they were really helping me.
You can do a few deep breathing exercises. That should be enough. Because everything that takes your concentration somewhere else except the wisdom eye is harmful to you. It's detrimental to your spiritual practice. You are trying hard now to get back the concentration at where it belongs, at the seat of the soul. And if it wander to the nostril or to the throat or to even now lower level of chakras, then it's a waste of time for you. You just not try half an hour sweating like mad to concentrate on the wisdom eye, and half a minute later you concentrate again at the nostril, and tomorrow you bring it up again, and you're confusing yourself. Very difficult to bring our attention to the wisdom eye already.
Just used to calm my mind before starting.
You can do some exercise and breathing normally. Like breathing, a few deep breaths, it's alright. But don't concentrate on that breath. Alright, honey, because it is material still. It is not permanent.
I just want to say thank you for putting a smile on my face. You make me very happy.
Oh, really?
I was very miserable before, but now I can smile.
Why? Just feel happy now.
I'll just cry now.
Yes, cry, honey, cry.
So thank you for everything that you've done for me, Master.
Always to thank yourself for bringing yourself this kind of gift of life. Thank yourself for being so wise to choose this kind of noble practice. Thanking yourself for letting me help you.
Thank God for putting me on this earth and helping us all.
Yes, we do that sometimes. We do go here and do something.
I love you.
Thank you. I accept that. Yes, it's nice to hear some feedback.
I love you so much.
It's very... Thank you. It's very nice and encouraging for me always to hear some feedback, even though sometimes I do not allow it for the reason that we don't have time, for other people with more urgent information or urgent question. The people who are already happy, I normally just cut them short. Say, okay, that's enough. What's the question? You know, not because I don't like you to talk. It's just that sometimes I think the people are already happy. Let them. And it's okay. I don't have to worry about them. Just the people who are in trouble. Then I should know. That's all. Okay. But it's really nice every time to hear some feedback, and hearing from you like this is really encouraging for me. So it's very nice always to hear some feedback from you. Also nice for the initiates. They also have the same, and also they have encouragement. Huh? Or if the one who doesn't have it yet, okay, have more faith. Yes, it helps her. It must help me too. Some new one. So I thank you so much.
Be the new initiates to us. You are our mother. What can we do to give back for you to have something to feed on and get positive energy and healing and all these things that we get from you?
Thank you so much. Okay, just your nice thoughts is already healing. You can send me nice thoughts like that, it's fine. Yeah, when people think nicely about you or worry about you or pray for you, that is the healing power. Okay? So that's why we always have to be nice to each other so that they send you positive energy. Or anybody can do that. Huh? Okay.
Thank you, Master, for being here. Waited a long time to see you, and you're here and start watching the video. Work for real.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I like your realistic view. When you have other masters, there's a romantic kind of view painted on them, like they don't feel pain, or everything's graceful, everything's blissful. But you talk about your pain, you relate to others, and I really thank you for that, because
I'm just honest.
You bring the truth home, and I'm really grateful for that.
I swear to God, I always be truthful. That's what it is. You don't romanticize about mastership, I tell you. It's the hardest job in the universe. It's okay, you don't even understand it. I tell you understand, but you don't realize it anyhow. So it's alright. I have pain, I have pleasure, I have everything that you have. Except that I know them for what they are. I value them or use them for specific purposes, instead of letting them control me or drag me down. That's all. That's the purpose of all of us when we practice the wisdom, so that we can choose what is better for us and for the people around us. Not that I became a master and all my passion annulled. Finished? No. That's just like talking about Buddha statue,
Thank you, Master.
Yes.
My wife was initiated 3 years and 9 months ago. When I talked to her by international call yesterday, say I will be initiated today.
Oh.
She cried immediately.
Why is that? So happy?
She waited for so much time, so long.
Oh, yeah.
3 years and 9 months.
You have been very bargaining, huh? Next year, huh? Oh, good for her. Good for you.
Yes.
But you take your time to consider, make sure that the path you follow is correct, and then that you will keep it later.
Actually, that's why I told my wife. And my son also was initiated last year in Taiwan. So my whole family, actually, we already a holy family now.
Congratulations.
Actually, I have a question, because normally, especially during winter, there are quite some homeless people on the street.
Yes.
So we would like to show our sharing with them. So sometimes we give them money, or sometimes we give them some others.
Yes.
But sometimes apparently they just need the money to go to the pub to have a cup of drink. At that time, if I think normally his attention is that, I will not get him money. If I have something instead, like a bag of bread or cookies or sweets, and I just pass to them.
Yeah, fine.
But the problem is, there are so many homeless people on the street.
Yes.
I will not prepare a lot of bags, like Santa Claus.
Yes.
So what you recommend we should do?
You give what you want. It be spontaneous. I always prepare some money in my pocket. Whenever I see a homeless, just give him a bunch. I don't care what he does with it. But it's up to you, of course. You have to give to whomever you feel good about it. So when I give, I don't think. I always respect the people that give me the chance to do this honor, to honor myself and to honor him. I would not think negative about the person who gives me such an honor of loving kindness. Huh? So give, don't think. Don't think of the reason.
Thank you, Master.
Okay, pray God for him and then give him as you give to God. Yeah? And God does whatever God wants with God's money. Okay? Yeah, can, no problem. Yeah, okay.
What would be the karmic implications of spending one's free thought on sending loving kindness out to all people? Is there any responsibility that would go with that? Or would you recommend that?
When we meditate, we already have a very noble purpose in mind. That's why we meditate. We want God. And that is the most loving kindness we could send out to anybody to the world. They benefit automatically. But in some cases, for our own good, we feel, okay, I send today loving kindness to this person, special gift. Yeah? More personal. It's fine too. Yeah? People always benefit from a very loving and friendly vibration anyhow. But meditation is already good in itself. When you always think of God in your mind and contact with God, the benefits just come out automatically. God knows what to take care. At that time we don't need to send. But of course when someone is sick or ill or need our help or need our prayer, we direct to that, and that's very quick and beneficial. At least to ourselves. We think, oh, I'm kind. At least you've done your duty and your conscience feel good. Okay? So whatever we give, it benefits us immediately.
Thank you, Master.
Okay.
I'm very glad to be initiated today. I have a question. What do you think about modern science? I do some research on computer science. I find nowadays many people do the work, do research in the academic. It's games, just games. As I think, my work is it's not necessary, just for some games. If I write a paper to attend the international conference, I find that I do this game is nice, just for me. It's not useful.
Why? Then why do them at the conference?
Many professors of some research scientists in this world do this kind of things. I have met many some very famous professor scientists in UK.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, they are doing their job.
So, what do you think about this science for this world?
It's not about the science that we should think about. It's about the individual who operate on science. Science are vast, and we, of course, should pursue and research a lot of things for the benefit of mankind. But if some people choose not to do it, or just do a little short while for the sake of having a PhD, well, that's their choice. Yeah, people can choose to be more noble, more dedicated, or choose to be just ignorant and selfish. What can we do about it? But that's not science. That's the individual quality. Okay?
Yes. The problem is all these works, all the people. Yeah. For example, for the education for the young people nowadays, many students spend more time on study some science. Maybe these things are not useful. Comparing with the spiritual life, these things, if this world is not good, we should go to high level.
Yes, that's right. Okay, I understand.
Yes.
I understand. We spiritual people still need food, still need medicine, still need clothing, still need everything. So that is the job of science. Okay? And of course you cannot expect that all the science students became excellent or became a great scientist like Einstein or other great scientists. But well, at least they know how to clean their hands, and disinfect their laboratory and don't make the battery jump out of the tube into your throat, for example, like that. It's already helpful. Okay. Just like in a literature class, not all students will become a literature professor later. They'll do something else, and they can make use of whatever they learn from the school. We just have to go the middle way, huh? Everything's all right. Science is good, spiritual is also a science. And then if we add material science also, it helps people, huh? Many people don't practice spiritual, so they have to rely more on material science. We can't just cut off everything, okay? They're doing fine. Even though out of 1,000, maybe only one distinguished and excellent scientist. But that's the way it is with the world. That's the way it is with diamonds and gold. It's not stones, it's not dust, it's not the leaves in the forest.
Hello, Master. Could you talk about the difference of ego and the self-confidence?
Self-confidence is that you know what you are and what you have. Ego is that you don't know anything and insist that you do it your way. For example, like that, okay? Self-confidence is just you stating the fact. Huh? Like, I can do this, I've learned it. I've done it before, I can do it again. That's no problem. That's a self-confidence. You're just stating the fact, the ability that you have. Ego is just, okay, you argue with everybody. You say no to every question, every request. Even you know or not know is right. You just say, no, that's not possible. No way. Thing like that. Just because you argue for the sake of arguing, instead of you argue for the fact or for knowledge, for the benefit of others, or just for the fairness of the argument. And that is self-confidence. You talk about what you know. You guarantee what you can. But ego is just very troublesome, troublemaker. It just denies everything, even the good things, and damage everything, even when he doesn't know how beneficial that thing is. Just insist on being right all the time, or most of the time, despite any fact, any benefit of the knowledge. You just think you're the best, when you are really not. You just think you know everything. You proclaim that you know everything when you don't. For example, like that. Okay? That's it.
The Christian and Buddhist monks and the Buddhist nuns have the head shaved, and the Christian nuns have the head hidden.
They cut their hair short too.
Yeah, no,
hide it.
they
Yes,
hide
okay.
it. And so I
You want to know why?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. It's a tradition, all right? In India, when you want to renounce the world, even just 1 day, 2 days, that's allowed. And then just to symbol your renunciation, the teacher or the one who is responsible for that ceremony will shave your hair. But afterward, you grow it back again. Or even after you became a monk permanently, you still can continue to grow your hair after just that one time shaved. But some monks never shave their hair. They don't care. The Indian monks are truly understanding more. They don't care your hair long or your hair short. They know the spirit of monkhood, okay? Maybe that's why the Christian do not have to shave the hair. Why should you? The Christian follow Jesus, you see? You see? A Christian and Jesus have long hair, see? That's why they keep it that way. And the Buddha has no hair. No, he shaved the head, you see? And all his monks shave the head. So they follow Buddhism in that period of time when people shave their head to symbolize renunciation. So they just follow the teacher. But it's just a tradition, okay? And sometimes people do not understand the true tradition. So they force people to shave the hair all the time. Or sometimes people shave it and feel cool, so they shave it all the time. Actually in India, one time only, to symbolize renunciation. And you can do it as often as you want, every time you want to renounce. the world for a few days, a few weeks, a few months, few years, whatever. It's not compulsory that you have to follow the monkhood the whole of your life. Never. And it's not compulsory that you have to leave your hair shaved the whole of your life. Never. You can do it if you want. But in India, things are very flexible, open-minded, and broad. You know, everybody happy. Most of the monks are happy. They don't bother about hair. Some monks, they leave their hair so long that when they walk, it's trail around them, you know, behind them, like a train. Yeah? Yeah, and they put sometimes cow waste to mat their hair together so the fleas don't breathe in their hair, and they never wash their hair, and that's their kind of renunciation. And some of the Sikhs renunciate before they had to leave their hair long, even the men, and have buttons over their head. Oh, that's their renunciation. And the Sikhs have to grow beard as well, not women. Okay, don't worry. Grow beard. That's their renunciation. For example, you know, it just symbolizes their school of thought. And people look at them and know, this one belongs to Buddhist. It was the idea in the old times. But when the Buddha died already, you have to find another school, the living school of Buddhism, to study. Whether you want to shave your hair or not, it makes no difference. As you already know, it's proven to you. After initiation.
Hello, Master.
You're from France?
No, England.
England?
Yes.
Oh, last time I saw you in France. Same beard, same hair, same mustache. Okay, go on.
I don't know if this is an appropriate place to ask this question.
Why not?
I had the story of one disciple of Buddha who came before, and he had a chance to ask his master to stay in the world forever.
Yes.
But he missed the opportunity.
Yes, Anand and Shakyamuni Buddha.
Yes. And I was wondering why I have this thought. So I'm thinking...
I could explain to you why it didn't happen, huh?
You know,
Is that what you want to know, right? Okay, I explain to you. Okay? That is a work of God too, even though it is hindered by Maya, but it's supposed to be like that. Can you imagine if the Buddha stay here forever, then you will not practice. You take everything for granted as long as it's everlasting, easy approached, you know, easy get, easy forget. So the Buddha has to go, he has to die. One day or another, one way or another. That is very good for mankind. Don't do the opposite. The Buddha will come in another form, and whoever are very longing for the inner truth will find that Buddha at that time. Okay? Don't worry about mankind. They go on forever. They will be there when the next master comes. And the reason why Ananda, the disciple that the closest to the Buddha, did not hear the question of the Buddha and therefore did not invite him. After the third time the Buddha asked, you want him to, he hinted. He said, well, the Buddha can stay in the world forever. You know that? But the Ananda did not request. And after the third time, he cannot ask anymore. After the third time, if the Buddha requests you something and you did not reply or you did not comply, then the Buddha cannot ask further, not allowed to ask you any further, not allowed to persuade you to do any further. So everything within the three times limit. So Ananda was the closest disciple of the Buddha, but he was the last one to become enlightened. Why? Just like marriage. You take your partner for granted. When you see them every day, you don't see the greatness in them. Even though he might be the president of the United States or, the biggest scientist of the world, you still think of them as just a mere, father, mother, husband, wife, girlfriend, boyfriend, whatever. Same with Anand, because he's so close to the Buddha, he did not see. He did not pay attention to what the Buddha said. Sometimes he's not attentive. So the great moment came when the Buddha hinted that he could stay in the world forever. Anand missed it. And that opportunity never come back again. So the Buddha had to go. But that's good. Don't blame Anand. And don't feel sorry for the Buddha. That's good for the Buddha. First, you don't suffer long. It's good for mankind because mankind will have longing. They also know that the Buddha has come and the Buddha has to go one day or another. So they have to search. They have to treasure the presence of the Buddha when the Buddha is still alive. So that's very good for mankind. Don't blame the Maya either. Don't ask any masters to stay too long. It's not necessary. Alright? You're welcome. Master is inside you. If a master go, another one will come. Always. Okay? Don't worry. The world is never without a master. At least one. Or two sometimes. Not too many, huh?
Yes, I don't remember exactly the words, but in the small books, aphorisms coming from Master, it's written somewhere that sometimes Maya could be also Buddha, and that means also that if not Buddha, wouldn't be a Buddha. I don't understand this sentence very well.
Okay.
I have some meanings, but I am not sure.
Okay, tell your meaning. Tell your understanding first.
My understanding is that even the devil could also become one day good and become also a Buddha, because everybody could become a Buddha, even the bad ones. And that's the reason one Buddha is Buddha, but I don't know if it is the meaning exactly.
Well, it's correct in a part of it, yeah, in a sense. But the meaning is like this. The Maya is also the Buddha. It's like this. Because originally, everything came from one place. You know, the nothingness, the beginning of all things. So where can the Maya came from? If not came from Godhood, came from Buddhahood, or from the kingdom of God, okay? In the beginning, we all were master, or part of the master plan, part of the whole of the creation, like a piece of the whole apple pie, all right? But then each of us carries something individually different. Like, okay, this one has tomato on it. The next one has mushroom. And the next piece of pizza, you know, that has some olive on it. That's it, okay? And some part is smaller, some part is bigger. For smaller for children to eat, bigger for, you know, adults to eat, for example, like that, huh? So in the beginning we were all master anyhow, or at least we part of the masterhood. But then if we want to have fun in the world, then we have to divide ourselves. Each one take up a different role. So one take up as a role as a Buddha, and the other one take up a role as the opposite of the Buddha, just like in a theater play. In the beginning, all the actresses belong to the same company. But the one who is cut out to be the main actress, she must be so and so and so beautiful, or have so and so figure. And the other one is designed to be a maid, and she has to wear such and such dress and behave in such and such way and have such and such kind of portion of the body, thing like that. So we all the same. But when we descend into a lower level of existence, such as this world, then we have to relinquish our right as a master in order to play another role. So if you play that role too long, it could be possible that you forget everything that you have done in heaven, or forget what you are, your greatness. That's why I tell you, the master is within you. Now if you want to reclaim your masterhood again, then begin. Search inside. For so long you search outside in order to fulfill your role, your purpose, whatever, and you forget, okay? So now is the time to look back inside for your own greatness. And then so Maya is actually playing the role of Maya for the purpose of balancing the creation, for the purpose of making it spicy. If there is no opposite, how you recognize the other part? If you have never ever seen a woman in your life, you would not recognize yourself as a man. Therefore, there must be a Maya, there must be a Buddha, thing like that. And that's why all the masters tell you, you are equal, you are all children of God, or you are all the Buddha, you have all Buddha nature inside, and that's the only truth there is. Okay? But that doesn't mean that when you look at somebody doing evil things and you say, that is good. No, evil is evil, good is good. Because for that purpose, they are evil or they are good. Now God made them like that, so we know good. If there's no evil, we don't recognize good. Just like when there's no sorrow, we don't know what happiness really means. So there must be the opposite, what we call yin and yang, so that we can recognize ourselves. Okay? Each one help the others to recognize their greatness. So no problem about that. You got it? Huh?
Not exactly.
Not exactly. Well, you are the professor. You're so used to with complicated explanation and books. So it's difficult for me. Maya is the Buddha. Because there is no Maya in the beginning. There is only Buddha who masked as a Maya in order to play a bad guy. Because without trial, without a bad guy, how can you prove you are good? How can you realize you are good? All the heroes are born from situation. Nah? All the medicine and all that things that came from sickness. If there's no sickness, there's no great doctor, no great medicine, no great discovery. If there's no need for light and industry and like that, we have no discovery of electricity. Okay, there is just a purpose of badness in order so that everyone can recognize what goodness is and keep on to it. Okay? But the bad one has done that, has masked himself as a bad one for that purpose, so that you be great, so that you know, oh, this is bad, I should not do this. I have to keep on with the good one, okay? Because you compare, you say, oh, this is really bad. This is good. Because if you don't have a bad one to compare, you don't know. Okay? You lost your direction and the purpose. So there must be a Maya. But there are the Buddha who mask behind the Maya. Got it or not? Yes. Oh, good. Bless you. Bless you, bless you. It's abstract, you know, and it's very difficult to understand. That I know. But I'm very proud of you that as a professor of your age, at a great university in Belgium, and you have practiced humility enough to ask me this question and to even admit it when you did not understand. I really appreciate that. Okay?
Thank you, Master, for sharing time with us. I've been practicing just convenient methods several months.
Yes.
And I have not been initiated. If I see any light or sound.
Oh, you see any light or hear any sound?
Then how can I recognize or judge whether it is true or false?
Okay. When you close your eyes, all right, and you close it with a band, you know, like as a blinder, huh? And if it's all dark, right? It's all dark at that time then. When you go to the airplane, they have them, huh? Very light. Not that you band yourself with a bandage, you know. And then you close it. It's all dark. And suddenly the light flash. Or there's a point of light, you know, moving, and then you concentrate on that. Then at least, then you know, okay?
How about sounds then?
Sound, you don't have it yet, honey. You're not into the sound yet. Hmm? The sound comes later with the initiation.
So it has to be the light first?
Because you are just a beginner, so you have not committed yourself, you know, by your vegetarian diet or by your own decision. Therefore, we just give you a taste. Okay?
Can I have some question?
Oh, sure, please.
Does our attitude towards to death has always got to be serious?
What kind of attitude we should have toward death?
Does it have to be serious, or can you laugh in?
Well, it depends on how you want to go. You can
but
go
no,
laughing.
it is question for any death, for doctor, for which doctor has situation,
yes.
for own death, for everything.
I know what you mean. Like you mean the doctor when they see death every day, right? How should they feel, right? Huh?
Not only doctor, own death as well. Should we be serious about this or not?
Why is our attitude serious towards death?
Not everybody is. I'm not.
What will be important for me? You know.
Important for you? Life, not death. Live while you are alive. And death, when it comes, you can't do anything about it, whether you're serious or not serious. No use. Huh? Enjoy your life while it lasts. That's what I can tell you. There's no death actually, just a change of the body. But as long as you don't come back to this physical body, you feel great. You're in heaven. You're in freedom. You're in bliss. You never lack anything at all. Instead of like living in this world, in this physical body, you have to clothe it, feed it, take care of it, and medicine it, vaccinate it, and make it up and make it down, everything, and still it's not so good. But in the body after death is very light, very shining, very leger. You can go anywhere you like in an instant without, like that, without needing a helicopter or booking in the train ticket and all that. Go through custom and searching all over, yeah.
Okay, this means you should love him.
Ha ha, yes. But I'm afraid at that time you have no more muscle to laugh, you know. Everybody dies almost the same. very tight lipped. But you can arrange your smile beforehand. like you say to the cremator, you know, say, oh please stick to toothpicks, you know, at the both corner of my mouth for me. They can do everything nowadays, the makeup artists, you know, for the dead. Don't they, can they? Yes. Just pay a little extra money for the 2 toothpicks.
It's the first time that I'm here, actually. And,
Me too. I've never been here before.
I'd like to ask you about an experience I had a couple of years ago.
Yes.
And actually, I went through a very, very difficult time for my life. And I came out of this time, and after a couple of months, I talked to my cousin about it, and she was very much into meditation at that time as well. And she gave me a massage, and then she said she's gonna give me some energy with her hands around my head. And when she was in front of my forehead, I kind of switched off and saw myself sitting on a train, like going inside of a mountain and going down in circles, and it was getting faster and faster and faster. Like I felt I'd go through the whole time of my life again, the bad time.
Bad time?
No, I went through a big crisis.
When she moved in front of you, you re-experienced all the pain?
Yeah, kind of, yeah.
This is a kind of hypnotism. People use that in therapy.
Alright, no, it went on. So I woke up kind of way, and I just want to get out of this feeling.
That's good.
And my cousin said, like, sit down and pray for this white light. And I really had this very strong feeling here in front of me, and I had this purple oval ring, and this white light came, and it was just like basically it was a feeling of everything exists at the same time, like good and bad.
So you want to go back to that kind of painful past experience again?
No.
That's what you call experience?
No, it's just the experience I think about is this white light, actually.
The white light. The white light will come.
Yeah.
When you let go of the past, like light. Okay? Yeah. Let go of the attachment for the past experience. And let go of the expectation. So when you expect, your mind is occupied with thinking like, okay, I want to have that again, and keep thinking and arguing and intellectualizing all the time, and you can't concentrate. In our meditation, you should just relax and wait. The light is there all the time anyhow. Just make sure you're awake when it comes. That's all. The white light is, you know, the third level. Anyhow, it's not big deal. But you have reached the third level at that time. You came back down again.
People tend to travel in their sleep at times and find that they return back very, very fast, causing them concern, which perhaps stops other people from repeating the experience as well. Can you perhaps elaborate on this for us?
Why you fear about that?
No, it's the coming back. You know, sometimes you come down too fast, you're falling too fast.
You still here?
Yes, absolutely.
So
there's no problem there.
I don't see any. Do you?
No, none.
All right.
Thank you.
Welcome. Everyone individually must experience different kind of, I would say, heavenly encounter, huh? And take what's yours is. Be brave. You're going into the unknown. You go into the beyond. You go beyond this world, beyond the touch and see and smell and that kind of world. So be prepared. Fall faster if you can. No problem. You worry about everything that is really non-existence. Don't worry about the body. Even if the body has to go, let it be.
Dear Master, when I meditation, I've got a lot of power in my body. I feel sometimes I don't know what should I do. I feel running.
Yeah? So powerful. You feel energized, right?
Yeah, I feel so strong.
I know.
Other questions. So when reading Master book, I feel your book like high story book. Some very very old high story person writing a book. So knowledge, wisdom, logical. So when I saw you today, you look like a younger girl.
Thank you.
So lovely. I feel I want to kiss you, like that. Just give passion, feel you're so lovely. Everybody respect you. I think it's same me feeling, probably everybody in here. So do you get passion? If people love you, what should you do? Then you feel pretty and you're younger. Then you are a master. You are famous in the world. If people, for example, people love you, have you got passion? You don't. I don't know how can I explain. Because you are a human being too. I'm a human being.
Yes. Do I have passion?
Yes.
Yes, I do.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Talk so long and just ask that question. You think I'm wood or made of concrete or what? I told you. I get all the things that you get. I did not lose anything. I just gained more wisdom.
Do you feel a lot of pressure?
Yes, I do.
Because you saw million people love you.
Oh, yes,
when
I do.
Reading your magazine, you say everybody.
Oh, I understand now. I understand. You mean you expect that I'm very old, wrinkled? I do have some, but not that much yet. And belly and all that. Well, I'm getting old also, Just as my face probably don't look that old sometimes.
Your personality is so lovely. That's why I find it out why people love you. You have a lot of color on your.
No, it depends on what kind. Depends on what kind. Yes. I understand. I tell you. Straight. If the love is a kind of a general love, and respect, with no condition imposed, no expectation on me, then it's very, very beautiful. It's very harmonious and very blissful for me. It's a blessing. But if there is a kind of selfish love imposed upon me, then I feel pressure very much.
Everybody loves you, want to see you, or want to around you, listen to you, so you know time for yourself. Do you?
I sneak out for TV and movies.
That's why we worry about you.
Don't worry.
A lot.
Okay. Thank you so much. Don't worry. I'm supposed to bring you happiness, not worry. Okay? I can take care of myself. I'm strong. I am down sometimes, but that's just a way of life. You can't just have always up. Huh? It's okay. And when I'm in pain, I scream, and when I'm happy, I laugh. Just take it as it comes. Huh? No problem. God will never let me out of breath for too long. He'll give me an oxygen mask. When I nearly die, he said, okay, here, get it. 5 minutes.
So I feel master like an angel.
Angel?
Like a master.
Angel?
I feel that.
Oh, I'm both.
Yes.
Actually, when we practice, we become younger, energetic, and uplifted. And when people are uplifted and positive, they look younger, more lovely. Everybody like uplift person. Nobody like miserable and uptight personalities. That's all, okay? And most of the time when I'm with you, I'm very happy because I'm honored by doing the job that's assigned to me. And when I see your lovely face, your, loving glance, and your satisfactory smile of seeing me, then I cannot be miserable, or I cannot think of any sadness anymore. So most of the time when you see me, talk to you, you always see me, I'm very happy and smiling. And that makes me look younger and more lovely, like every of you. Right? It's just natural. Thank you for the compliments anyhow.